Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we have another DougDoug video. This is a request from a viewer, I believe. They either wanted me to watch Twitch Chat Invades America or Twitch Chat Invades Europe. I don't remember which one, and unfortunately, because of recent events, going through my comment section is a nightmare right now. So I'm just gonna assume it's Twitch Chat Invades Europe, and then what we'll do is we'll just watch the American one after. Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of gotten back into the swing of recordings. Before I was kind of recording, one or two videos a day, and they were like the 3 and 5 minute ones. But now we're up to recording the big ones again. So yeah, hopefully I can keep this going. I don't have any major burnout. I feel great right now. So yeah, right now this is a DougDoug episode, and it's once again Twitch chat, and I invaded Europe with artificial intelligence. We're doing a lot of AI stuff right now. It's really funny. All right, let's just get into it.
Today, Twitch Chat and I are going to take over Europe using artificial intelligence. Now, the rules of this are simple. We're each going to start with one country on the European map. I chose Germany, Twitch Chat chose Vatican City. On your turn, you can try to invade any neighboring country, or you can form an alliance.
Is the Vatican City an actual country? I thought it was like a location within a country.
Or research new technology or anything else you can imagine, and then we use this artificial intelligence program, Novel AI, to generate and determine what the actual outcome of those actions were. If the AI determines that you did take over a country or gain a new resource, then you earn 1 point, and the first empire to get 10 total points wins the game. My country, Germany, has the starting resource of beer, while Vatican City's starting resource is the Pope. The question is, who will end up dominating the continent of Europe? Will it be the great nation of Dougtopia or the empire of Chatistan?
Chatistan. I mean, you got the Pope, right? That's a pretty big advantage, just if you try to take over religion-wise. This is like, it reminds me of like Civilization, but it's probably not going to play out like that. All right, let's
begin. This has the chance to be really entertaining, but most likely it's going to be really, really stupid. I will let you guys take the first turn. Your only option is Italy. So let me know what you want to do. You guys suggest ideas. Invade Italy. Offer peace treaty to Italy. Marry your daughter to Italy to form a union. Kill the Pope. What would that do? Wait, no, I don't think you want to kill the Pope. Do you want to try to marry the Pope off to Italy, I guess?
I mean, you could kill the Pope to force everyone to create a crusade against the surrounding nations, because you make them increase religious anger and fervor. That would be perfect.
Marry the Pope off to Italy. All right, looks like you guys want to marry the Pope off. Hold on, is the idea that this is like to form an alliance, or do you just literally want to get rid of the Pope? Both. The year is 1000. The great empire of Dougtopia has been formed in Germany. The leader, Douglas Douglas, is hell-bent on invading and taking over the continent of Europe. He has 10,000 armed swordsmen and the best, most delicious German beer in the world. But over in Vatican City, a new empire of Chatistan is formed. This small but chaotic country plans on taking over the entirety of Europe, starting with Italy. Chatistan is equipped with the finest 10,000 swordsmen and the Pope. As this new era of violence and expansion begins, Chatistan offers the Pope to Italy's king in marriage in the hopes of securing a peace treaty with the country. Meanwhile, Pope Francis, leader of the church, is not interested in marriage at all. He does not like the idea of being taken away from his beloved people, but he must accept the offer under the threat that if he refuses, the Chatistani army will invade Rome and kill everyone there.
Okay. Should we go and check out Novel AI after this? Because this looks like a lot of fun to look into. I wonder if I could use Novel AI to work on my trash Reddit channel. We're gonna skip that. We're not gonna discuss that channel.
I guess we continue until we learn whether it worked. So Chatistan sends the Pope to Italy to marry the king. However, in an attempt to get out of marrying the king, Pope Francis decides to run away into the forest instead. Aha, you're so cute, little Pope. Are you the Pope? All right, no, he ran away. That doesn't count. You did not get a peace treaty. Yes. No progress for you guys. So Twitch Chat's marriage plan did not work out at all. Another Pope is lost somewhere in the forest, as you can see with this AI generated image.
Don't worry. Robin Hood's gonna save him. Wrong country.
Next up is my turn.
Oh, God.
Chat, I hope you're happy. Our resource just ran into the bloody woods.
Maybe he's looking for
All you
wood.
guys did was lose the Pope. I will do what I've always dreamed of doing. Invading Switzerland. The Empire of DougDtopia sends their army of 10,000 swordsmen into the mountains of Switzerland and attempts to take over the government. After much bloodshed and battle, they're finally forced back to Germany by a combined force of Swiss troops.
Yeah, it was like, there's no way, because Switzerland, if I remember right, has like crazy defensive ability. Not to mention, maybe that's the Netherlands. I think it's Switzerland. I think everyone is basically trained because they're a neutral territory. I'm like 90% certain they have a lot of like neutral training, not neutral training, training as kids in the military. I'm like 90% certain that's Switzerland. Yeah. Germany's fucked.
God damn it. Well, that was a very
How many
fast
people
loss
they
to
lose?
Switzerland. And the way the rules work for this game is that if you lose a fight, your army is disabled for 2 full turns, which means I need to use peaceful tactics in the meantime. Now back over to Twitch chat's turn. Nobody's made any progress. What do you want to do? Currently, you are in Vatican City. Recapture the Pope.
No, you guys need to get you guys need to use the Pope to find wood.
Excommunicate the King of Italy. Make a new Pope. Kill the Pope and blame Italy. Again, you're trying to either get a peace treaty with Italy or invade
Kill the Pope and blame Italy might work.
them successfully. You know, if you do this, so if you kill the Pope and blame Italy, maybe you'll have a better chance of taking over another country or doing a peace treaty because they'll think that Italy sucks because they killed the Pope. You know what I mean? Like maybe killing the Pope and blaming Italy, this is a PR move to make it easier to make peace treaties in the future. Your next play, the Empire of Chattistan recaptures the Pope and assassinates him in the forest. They then blame the Pope's death on Italy. Let's see what happens. The church loses faith in the empire due to their actions, but they do find one interesting thing about it. The Chattistani army is made up of a bunch of women. So what are these women? I guess let's keep going and learn, are they good for anything besides war? And why did they capture the Pope in the first place? These are questions for the future. So you guys get a special resource card, I think. You have some sort of incredibly powerful all-female army. Okay, remember, every special
It's like the Amazon. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm confusing that with One Piece. I might be confusing that with that one island on One Piece. Maybe I just don't remember that much about history. I have actually reacted to a couple videos on history, and I know jack shit about history. That's because of the American education system.
resource you have is also a point. You did kill the Pope, but you replaced it with a special all-women army.
I mean,
the girlboss army.
Right?
So you guys are still stuck in Vatican City, but you do have a badass army. And maybe other people are upset
and they're
at
not
Italy
disabled
now.
for 2 turns. And
Switzerland didn't work. Switzerland's always been impossible to invade, right? Ooh, but I do want Luxembourg. So in the last battle, my army was beaten. That means I have 2 turns where I can't use my army. I'll try to do a peace treaty with Luxembourg. Back in DougDtopia, the government attempts to sign an alliance treaty with Luxembourg. They explain how with Germany's vast population and delicious beer, Luxembourg would be an asset to the DougDtopian Empire. Luxembourg refuses to join unless the Emperor personally comes to visit them and endorses it.
Uh-oh, the Emperor might get fucking assassinated.
The Emperor agrees, under the condition that no one ever mentions his name again. When the Emperor arrives at their doorsteps, he finds the entire nation armed and ready for war. Let's go! I got Luxembourg! I think I'm never allowed to mention my Emperor again.
I don't know, it kind of sounds like they're about to fucking murder him.
Which I apparently had. Let's go, motherfuckers! I got big LB! What do you mean? No, I didn't. Hold on, are they fighting me? When the Emperor arrives at their doorsteps, he finds the entire nation armed and ready for war.
It sounds like they're attacking him.
Luxembourg attacking me, or is this like a North Korea situation where when the dictator shows up, all the armies there is like a showcase of their military might? I'm gonna continue this and see, are they double crossing me or are they joining my army? In the last-ditch effort to avoid war, the Emperor tries to negotiate peace through diplomacy. Oh shit, they do want to fight me. So the Emperor—
They're trying to fucking kill him. I love how he totally misread the whole situation. They're gonna fucking assassinate him, so he's gonna lose the Pope on on Twitch chat side. And on his side, he's gonna lose his Emperor. That's fucking perfect.
Emperor is at the doorstep. They have the army. They're trying to go to war with me, and the Emperor says, please, let us join your glorious empire. We will work hard to ensure that DougDtopia is the greatest country in the world. That doesn't make sense.
Well, yeah, that would make you like a vassal state, right?
But the people of Luxembourg refuse to listen as they continue to prepare for war. Their government explains how the only way to stop their country from falling apart is to kill everyone who disagrees with them.
Okay. Well, this actually sounds more like Germany. Well, at least the emperor fucking escaped. Who else? What is another country? I guess it could be North Korea. Actually, probably every country kind of believes that in their own way.
Emperor manages to escape and return to his capital city. God damn it, dude. Luxembourg is impossible to work with. Shit. I can't invade Switzerland or Luxembourg. Meanwhile, you guys just killed the Pope and have done nothing else. As a reminder, your Pope is dead, but you have a super big girl boss army. Invade Italy with the girl boss army. Create a new Pope. You don't need a Pope. Have the army seduce the Italian army. You guys are torn between invading Italy with the girl boss army and having the army seduce them. Here's what I'll do. I'll combine those two things.
You could absolutely do that shit with the Italian army.
So you'll invade them, but as part of the invasion, part of the girl boss army's like a war tactic is that they attempt to seduce the Italian navy. Chatistan decides to send their army of powerful girl boss warriors to invade Italy. Not only are these mysterious women incredible at the art of war, they also have a secret technique. They can seduce the Italian soldiers to sway the fight in their favor. Suddenly the—
Well, that's even better. So you turn your 10,000 into 15,000.
Invasion begins.
Oh, that's
genius. Turns out that the enemy has captured the Pope, and he's now locked up in a dungeon somewhere deep inside the castle. Francis the Pope is head of the church. It is said that he knows how to make the right decisions no matter what situation he's in. The Empire of Chatistan captures him as a prisoner and holds him captive in the deepest part of the dungeon. Then the girl boss army invades Italy. Okay, you guys got the Pope again.
Okay, so who the hell did they assassinate? The Pope had a secret stand-in. That makes sense, actually.
The battle takes place in an underground city underneath the castle, and so the war begins between Italy and Chatistan. Both sides want to take control of Europe by defeating the other. And at the end of it all, the Empire of Chatistan's victorious. Huge win for you guys.
Yeah,
Chat takes over all of Italy and the Pope. Oh, wait, is this a new Pope? Popes take the name of previous popes, so they definitely made a new Pope that you guys took captive in the dungeon. So you also have the Pope as a new resource again.
Holy crap.
Big turn from Chatistan. All right, and with that, Chat takes over Italy, and you've now got a second resource. Pope 2. I still have one more turn before my army is ready to go. You know what? I want a peace treaty with Switzerland because that way you guys can't invade them first. I'm going for Switzerland.
The Vatican City is going to launch the 9th Chatsade.
After the defeat in Switzerland and the rejection of the treaty by Luxembourg, the Empire of DougDoug decides to switch strategies. Instead of war, they will use the promise of peace. The Emperor of DougDoug personally visits the country of Switzerland and offers a treaty of alliance to the Swiss people. The Emperor says, if you join us, we can fight back the heathens of Vatican City. Switzerland replies, no thanks. Shit, dude. The Emperor then goes to Germany and asks them to sign a treaty of alliance.
I like how Switzerland is like, fuck you. You attacked us before.
Germany responds, we already have our own alliance with Luxembourg. Why should we waste our time? No, that's incorrect. God damn it, Switzerland. Switzerland's a dick. I swear, dude, if you guys sign a treaty with them right off the bat, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. You're probably gonna offer the Pope or something and they'll just say yes. I should have offered beer. That's the problem. Yes, all I'm doing is I'm saying, hey, join my country, or I'm trying to invade. I'm gonna offer beer next time. No progress for Germany again. What do you guys want to do next? Invade Austria. Invade Switzerland. Offer Switzerland the Pope as part of an alliance treaty. I hate that you guys got a new Pope. Kill the Pope and blame Switzerland. You guys didn't accomplish—
That could work again.
accomplish anything when you killed the Pope the first time and blamed Italy. I'm not sure why that's such a hot option for you. Maybe you just want Pope number 3. Kyoto.
It's always Kyoto. That was one of the funniest things ever. I can't believe they actually got one of the rounds right in GeoGuessr against Nero-sama. That was fantastic.
You're bored of fucking fantastic. Looks like Chatistan is going to offer Switzerland the Pope. Flush with victory, the Empire of Chatistan now includes the country of Italy. In their next step to take over Europe, Chatistan offers the Pope to Switzerland in exchange for an alliance treaty. What happens? On the surface, everything seems peaceful, but in reality, the Pope is stuck in a dungeon, and Chatistan's army is still invading Italy. By the way, the Pope is actually a girl. Okay, we've got a girl boss Pope. We're gonna keep going until we get a resolution on the treaty. She was sent to Italy as a hostage and forced to marry the king. When she realizes that it's all a sham, the Pope escapes her captivity and runs away into the forest. Okay, you lost the Pope again. Now the Empire of Chatistan is poised to conquer Europe. They offer the Pope to Switzerland again in exchange for a peace treaty. But this time the Pope doesn't agree to the marriage. Instead, she runs away with the army of girl boss warriors and tries to warn the rest of Europe. The Empire of Chatistan is so confident that they'll believe they'll be victorious again. No, didn't work. Pope ran away. Huge win for me.
But she took the army with.
Switzerland is the one that got away, dude. None of us can get Switzerland.
Yeah, 'cause
Switzerland won't be
Switzerland's
invaded.
like,
They won't
fuck
take
all
a
of
peace
you.
treaty. They won't take the Pope. Well, actually, they might have taken the Pope, except the Pope ran away. I think Switzerland is the key to unlocking the rest of Europe. That's often what they say about the Swiss.
She should probably take
I have
France
my army
first.
back. I'm gonna offer beer. I'm gonna offer Swiss people beer in exchange for an alliance.
that
Because like the
works.
invasion didn't even get close to working. And historically, Switzerland is never invadable. What are the best German
Right?
beers? Give me some of the best brand names right now. Germans in the chat. Heineken. Heineken is not one of Germany's nicest beers. Pisswasser is from GTA 5. Guden Karalude. I don't know if these are real. Whatever, dude. It's fine. Humiliated, the Emperor of Germany returns home and begins a new plan. Instead of trying to invade Switzerland, DougTopia will use their precious resource, beer. They collect 100 barrels of their finest Lagavulin, Guden Karalude, Candinian, Fiege, and Fuschen alt beers and bring them to the King of Switzerland. The Emperor yells out to the Swiss people, please accept this generous gift of German beer, and in return, you must join
We're gonna stick it inside of a Trojan horse.
the Empire of DougTopia in an
Must
alliance
join.
treaty. Please! The King of Switzerland asks, why should I trust you? You tried to conquer my land
Yep.
already. Fuck, they remember. Why do you think I should even consider trusting you? DougTopia's ambassador pleads with the king. Look, just drink some beer and see if you don't feel like joining our great empire. If not, then we'll send more beer next time. That is all. The King of Switzerland accepts the beer and drinks it. He feels so good after drinking the beer that he immediately calls for an official treaty. Let's
Wow, you got lucky. You. That's bullshit.
go, dude! I got to Switzerland with the beer. Fuck yeah! That's literally after I invaded them like a year ago. Oh, huge pickup for Germany. And we're right on each
Jeez.
other's borders. Oh, fuck. You know what I realized? You guys could still try to take Switzerland from
Yeah,
me. Even if
because
you
it's
do
just a
that, I'm
peace
going to
treaty.
go. Maybe I go for Scandinavia. Ooh. Europe's heating up. You guys are up. What do you want to do? A lot of people want to invade France. A lot of people want to invade Switzerland. And you're
invade
not
France.
taking over. Oh, you know why you might actually be able to invade Switzerland? Because they're all drunk now. Elect a new pope.
That's a good
You
point.
don't need a third pope yet. Your first two popes.
I don't know if they can actually invade Switzerland though, because I think the didn't the girl Pope take the entire army with her? Because if that's true, then they don't even have an army.
Accomplish
Do
nothing, dude. Okay, offer France an alliance against Germany. So you're going with offering France an alliance. Next, Chatistan decides to bring France into their growing empire. The leader of Chatistan, the AI might make more sense if we give him like a character. I have the Emperor who's been talking for me. Who do you guys want to talk for you? Do you want a president? Do you want just the leader? The mods. The moderator of Chatistan. The
No, they're in Italy. It should be like it should be like mob bosses. That's Italy, right? The mafia. The mafia. I'm pretty sure that's Italy.
Supreme Moderator. The Supreme Moderator of Chatistan peacefully travels to Paris with their girlboss army and joins a meeting with the French leadership. Chatistan offers the French people an alliance. The Supreme Moderator says, join our great alliance and our girlboss army will protect your nation from the Germans. Let's see what happens. But the French don't trust Chatistan, and so they
Yeah.
refuse to join them. The Empire of Chatistan decides to use their girlboss army to attack France anyways. Their army marches towards Paris, and once they arrive, the fighting is fierce. We roll with it. The girlboss army is even able to take control of the palace and assassinate the King of France. But the
Holy
final
crap.
blow comes when the Emperor of Chatistan shows up in person, and the French people realize what Chatistan truly is. Okay, look, if the AI pivots what you guys are doing, so be it. I guess you took over France. In a red wedding style meeting, Twitch chat takes over France.
Okay, novel AI is a lot of fun. That's insane. Twitch chat, how are you pulling this off? The AI is crazy.
What do I do now, dude? I don't know. I think I go for Luxembourg. I want Luxembourg. I know how badly you guys want Luxembourg. The way let's do this,
Yeah, I
you
think they
can't
should
steal a
take
country
Spain.
via a treaty. If a country is part of
They
a
should
different
definitely
empire,
take
you have
Spain
to
and
invade it.
Portugal.
That's the only way you get it back. Ladies and gentlemen, DougTopia is going for Luxembourg. Next, DougTopia decides to finally crush the resistance of pitiful Luxembourg. Ha ha ha! The DougTopian emperor laughs. Luxembourg cannot resist the might of my new army of 10,000 swordsmen who are alive now after my initial fight with
And they're drunk. Wait a second. So, do you get an additional 10,000 for every country you take over? That'd be interesting.
Switzerland. The entire army gets drunk off incredible
Beer.
German beer. Then, with extreme levels of confidence and intoxication, the emperor marches the army and invades Luxembourg.
And falls into the. Oh wait, I was gonna say falls into the ocean, but the ocean. Luxembourg's in the center of Europe. with no ocean. I'm stupid.
Luxembourg, however, is in no mood to give up without a fight. They've gathered a new army of 10,000 swordsmen, some of whom are quite skilled. The battle between the two armies takes place near the border of Luxembourg. Okay, whoever wins this, that's it. It ends up being a very close and exciting battle. After many hours of nonstop fighting, the armies eventually get tired and call for a truce. The Dougtopian emperor wants to show his gratitude towards the Luxembourg king for saving his life. Wait, maybe he'll offer beer and I'll get a peace treaty. He invites him over to his palace to discuss the terms of an alliance treaty. King Luxembourg looks around and notices that there are a lot of women present. I've never seen so many beautiful women in my entire life. He exclaims, "What's going on here?" The emperor smiles. "This is just one of our many female soldiers. Before you go inside, why don't you try this new German beer I made?" The king of Luxembourg takes a sip and is instantly addicted. "This beer is amazing. How did you guys make such a delicious brew?" The emperor
Oh my gosh, he's gonna take over the fucking country with beer. Genius.
tells him, "We use the finest ingredients and combine them with the magical power of German beer." Luxembourg suddenly remembers what happens in the previous battle. He recalls how the Dougtopian Empire was destroyed by a single knight. The king of Luxembourg rushes out of the palace and starts yelling at his army, "I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I can't believe I let myself get tricked like that.
Ooh.
We need to go and finish them off right now. I can't believe I fell for your stupid trick." The defeated Dougtopians slowly go back to Germany. Fuck,
yes.
So I lost my whole army? I was...
Normally I'm against Twitch chat, but I want Twitch chat to fucking win this one.
that close to a peace treaty, dude. I literally got the king of Luxembourg in my palace that I have,
that
apparently.
Was
he
hilarious.
literally came to my palace and drank my beer. Okay, Luxembourg is still not taken by anybody. I love that the AI somehow got the battle to turn into a peace treaty meeting with beer and then back into a battle.
Yeah, that was great. It was this whole, like, side little thing that you could have honestly turned into a TV episode. Followed by, fuck it. This is a scam.
Invade Luxembourg. I'm saying a lot of invade Luxembourg. Develop baguettes of war. Research gunpowder was invented in... Oh, shit. Okay, fine. Apparently gunpowder was invented in the 9th century, so you could invent gunpowder. Okay, looks like you guys want to research gunpowder really badly. Last turn, you really wanted to steal the beer from Switzerland, but once you realized guns were in this timeline... Now that Chatistan has successfully taken over France, the Empire's decided it needs new weaponry. The Chatistan government collects its best scientists and tasks them with researching a new technology called gunpowder. Let's see if you actually get it. It takes a while, but eventually they devise a plan to create a small cannon that can be mounted on horseback.
Crap.
These cannons are then used to destroy the cities of the French people. You already own France. The Empire of Chatistan has managed to conquer all of Europe except for Britain. No. This does not count. Okay, you get gun horses. That is a new special resource.
Okay, so Dougtopia's got beer, which admittedly is fucking strong as shit. I want a fucking gun horse. Come on, I hope someone has created a... I bet you there's plenty of people who have created a... like fan art of a gun horse.
Cannons on horses.
Genius.
And as a reminder, the girlboss army is currently killing the cities of France, and the Pope is somewhere in the woods. I still have got beer. You can call them the Gunnicorn if you want. Here's what I'm thinking. My army has failed to invade Switzerland. It has failed to invade fucking Luxembourg, but we were drunk. So here's what I'm thinking. I need to develop some new resources. Your guys' girlboss army has actually been super badass. It literally murdered the King of France. I think I need something big. Somebody give me an idea. I'm not getting a Pope. You guys get to have Pope. Get cavalry. High mobility gamer chairs.
Yeah.
Seduce Luxembourg. Dude, they just rejected my peace treaty and my army.
What
It
about
has to make
Austria?
some sort of logical sense. Wait, hold on. Does anybody know, are there elephants in Switzerland? Can I get battle elephants? Is that cool? Can I have battle elephants, you guys? Come on. Does anybody know if there were elephants in Germany like 1,000 years ago? What about battle tigers? Does Germany have tigers? Is there any cool animals in Germany that I could do battle versions of? Wolves and bears. I could do battle bears, right? The AI is less likely to give me battle bears as a research. So that should be the trade-off, right? We're researching battle bears. After 2 straight defeats in battle, the Dougtopians clearly need a new form of military might.
God.
And so they decide to train Germany's fiercest wild animal, the bear. The top German scientists convene and attempt to research a brand new kind of troop, the battle bears. They design special armor suits for each of the bears and put them into rigorous training. After months of intense training, the team finally creates a perfect fighting machine, the battle bear. They equip all of them with weapons and send them out to attack the enemy. The Dougtopian army marches into Switzerland once again. All right.
Okay, this ought to be interesting. I want to see if they actually succeed with battle
We
bears.
get to continue this. You guys got to take over France. Since they have superior numbers and better equipment, they easily win the battle. When the Dougtopians approach the king of Switzerland, he thinks this must be a trap. He orders his guards to surround the Dougtopian army while he prepares a counterattack.
Well, that doesn't make sense though, because you have a treaty with them. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Wait, hold on. The battle's still going. DougDoug's emperor does not want to fight, so he yells to the king, "Hey, friend, there's no need to attack. We're here to offer a treaty of peace.
You already
can drink
have
some
a
excellent
treaty.
German beer tonight, and you can stay here and rest if you like. We need a conclusion on this." The king of Switzerland immediately recognizes the voice of the man who betrayed him before. Shit. He quickly orders his guards to open fire. The DougDogian army is completely annihilated. All of the bears are killed. And shit! I should have stopped it, man.
What the fuck? But you already had a treaty with Switzerland. Why the fuck would you attack them? Gosh damn it.
And I had it. I had everything. I had the bears. I had Switzerland. I had it all.
Wow.
Fuck. Wait, Switzerland is my ally.
Yes.
Why'd they kill my bears? God
Because you fucking attacked him. Why did you attack him?
And I think we're still drunk is the problem. I shouldn't lose Switzerland. They killed my army, but
maybe
no. Just because we're fighting. That's a civil war. They're still in my empire. Besides, Switzerland was drunk. Everybody was drunk. They wake up the next morning, they're like, "Oh, man. Whoa, what a crazy night. I'm sorry."
If I was in a civil war with a nearby country, I would never fucking rejoin you. I would go in and attack you.
About that, Germany, I killed all your bears. And Germany's like, oh my God, what a headache. You know, it's cool, man. It's cool. We're good. What next for chat? Invade Germany. Jesus Christ, dude. We're drunk and we have no bears left. Don't do that to me. All I would have left is Switzerland. You're not even gonna go for Luxembourg, you cowards?
Fuck that.
Steal Germany's bears. They're all dead.
Steal Germany's beer. Steal Germany's beer. That'd be awesome.
Bears are dead. All right, Twitch chat is going to invade Germany. This is my starting country. I can't lose this. Come on. After developing their horse cannon technology, the Chatistani Empire's military is stronger than ever. They decide to send their horse cannons and girlboss army to invade Germany, whose army was recently annihilated by the Swiss. Suddenly, the invasion of Germany begins.
This is gonna be bad for Germany.
The Emperor of Chatistan and the Supreme Moderator lead the invasion of Germany with their armies. However, the German military is very strong, and they're able to defeat the Chatistani forces easily.
How?
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of Germany. This is my country. We might be drunk and annihilated and have no bears left, and we can't even beat Luxembourg. Your fucking horse cannons have nothing on us. Let's go. I don't even know what military...
Yeah, I'm gonna call it. That's fucking rigged. They have no army. We're
all dead. What I think this means, my army is in tatters, right? We have nothing left, and we still beat you guys, which means France's army was like really, really bad, and that's the only way you beat them. And the real final boss of this is Luxembourg. Luxembourg beat the shit out of my army who defended against you, man. Whoever gets...
Okay, maybe I'm having a little bit less less confidence in novel AI here.
Luxembourg, that's a huge win. You have no army. I said the army was gone, and apparently I still won. I said my army was annihilated by the Swiss. And if you don't like it, you can yell rig. Okay, my question now. Do I go for Luxembourg again? Maybe the problem with Luxembourg is Belgium. Belgium must be funneling resources into Luxembourg. There's no other explanation for how they're so goddamn powerful. My army is still dead, but I'm doing a peace treaty with Belgium. I'm offering them beer. The DougDogian emperor yells out to the Belgian king, "I know you Belgian people have Stella Artois, but if you join an alliance treaty with us, we will give you even more delicious German beer, imported fresh from Switzerland, which is where we left it." The king of Belgium is impressed by the offer. He requests a meeting with the DougDogian emperor and goes to the castle. However, when he arrives, the emperor's daughter is waiting for him. Okay? This is maybe a negotiation tactic. She introduces herself as his wife, the princess of DougDogia. She explains to the king of Belgium that she is the emperor's lover and plans to marry him. The king of...
Wait, what? It started off as daughter here. She... All right. I mean, yeah, I know there's a lot of inbreeding in the royal lineage of across the world, but holy fuck.
Of Belgium is shocked. He explains how he was promised to another woman and how this marriage proposal is nothing more than a trap. The DougDogian princess asks him, "Are you sure? Wouldn't you rather sleep with me instead? Is this going to turn into a peace treaty is what I'm hoping." The king of Belgium says, "Of course, I've always wanted to marry a nice girl from Belgium, but I've already made a promise to someone else." The DougDogian princess says, "You..."
Yeah, I was like, well, there's a... I'm sure I can say this word on YouTube. Oddly enough, you can say a lot of swear words on YouTube, but the DougDogian princess is married to the DougDogian emperor, which is her father. So, what the fuck is going on?
You can break your promise tomorrow if you want. No one will ever find out. The King of Belgium is confused. Who are you talking about? He wonders. The Utopian princess says, my father, the emperor himself, said that he would marry me to anyone I choose. The King of Belgium continues to question her, hoping to learn the truth. Where's your father right now? He asks. He's sleeping, the princess replies. A sudden realization hits the King of Belgium. He wants to join a peace treaty with Germany. He realizes that the emperor has set a terrible trap. I have no choice but to marry you, the DougDoug princess. My family will never forgive me otherwise. The DougDoug princess kisses him passionately. Wait, so I'm married to Belgium, right?
Well, that doesn't make sense. It looks like she escaped from the...
Is that a treaty? I did it! My terrible trap worked! Can we say that if our leaders marry each other, that counts as an alliance? We'll go...
I like how Doug just like skipped over the fact that his daughter is married to his emperor. Like he just missed it entirely, which is fine. I mean, he's reading tons of additional text, so while he's also trying to stream. But you see in the background, like you can't see it on my screen because my dumbass face is blocking it. But
2 more and see if anything changes. Then she whispers in his ear, don't worry, tonight after the wedding, we can have a little practice session together. Do you want to hear a joke before we start? Okay, here it is. One more. The DougDoug princess says, what do you call it?
what the heck is this?
German princess with 3 eyes. A triple! And that's how the DougDoug Empire ends up conquering the continent of Europe. I win! Holy shit. So obviously this line does not count. This is the greatest peace treaty of all time.
No, it isn't. It's so bad. It doesn't even make any sense. You should really go back and reread that first paragraph, Doug.
The emperor married his daughter to Belgium's king. Okay, through passionate marriage, Belgium has joined the empire of Dougtopia. The only country to resist in this whole region is fucking Luxembourg, dude. Right now, both our empires have 3 countries, but you guys are way ahead in the resource game. All right, what do you want to do? Research witchcraft.
Yeah.
Unleash a plague on Luxembourg? Make a third pope. Send divorce
plague.
Papers to Belgium. No. Okay.
The problem with that though is if you unleash that plague, or what was the other one? Was the Red Death a real plague? I can't remember. If you unleash a plague, you have a pretty good chance of killing your own people, too.
You have decided to unleash a plague on Luxembourg. What's an animal in France? What do you want the plague based off of? A lot of people are saying rat. You sure you don't want it to be based off sheeps?
Nope, rats are far easier to transport.
How do you want to send the plague to Luxembourg? Do you want to send them a shipment of rats?
Yeah.
In your baguettes. Okay. After heading back to their empire, Chatistan realizes that they need to weaken the kingdom of Luxembourg before they can bring it into their empire. And so, Chatistan's top chemical engineers design a new deadly plague that spreads from rats. And then Chatistan spreads the deadly plague into a basket of French baguettes and shares the baguettes with the unsuspecting people of Luxembourg. The virus quickly spreads throughout the entire country, and the population of the land of France is decimated. Oops. Now the Empire of Chatistan is poised to take over Europe, and they decide to send their horse cannons and girlboss army to invade Luxembourg. Shit. Okay.
Okay, so I think it's supposed to say Luxembourg, not France.
Keep going until this resolves. The horse cannons are used to bombard the city of Luxembourg, causing many deaths among its people. Then the girlboss army invades the city and slaughters everyone.
Jeez.
Now that the Empire of Chatistan has conquered Luxembourg, they decide to invade the Holy Land of the Church. Okay, Chatistan gets Luxembourg. You just
and wrecked Luxembourg.
had to weaken them with the plague. Shit, dude. I wanted it so bad. I'll at least admit, you had to use all of your resources on it. You built up resources that all came into play for this.
Yeah, and they actually worked out pretty damn well. Although I still think the Belgium marriage is a bit sketchy.
Dude, what do I do now? We've been fighting over this general area. You guys have 4 countries. I have 3. You still have 3 resources. I only have 1. You know what? I'm going to do a wild card play. I'm going to go for Britain. But right now, I don't have anything to offer them. So I'm going to research fish and chips. I'm going to research fish and chips, and I'll be able to take the whole British Isles. Been a whole lot of fighting and bloodshed. But now I'm up with fish and chips. Now that the DougDoug princess and Belgian king are happily married, the DougDoug Empire sets its sights on the British Isles. But they know that German beer alone won't sway the British people. And so, Belgium's top...
I mean, it might.
Chefs attempt to invent a new culinary delicacy, fish and chips. Come on, give me this. The Dougtopian Emperor meets with the British Queen, who's known for her love of food. Okay, we're going right into it. Would you like some delicious German beer, he asks. The Queen nods. Yes, please. I'm sorry for trying to kill you before. I guess you were right about the beer. When did that happen? The Dougtopian Emperor hands her a glass of beer and says, here you go. But remember, this is not just any ordinary German beer. This is the finest German beer in the entire world. The Queen takes a sip and immediately falls in love with it. She asks him, can I take this beer with me to England? I'd like to share this exquisite flavor with my subjects. Wait, so she's in Germany right now? We can send you...
Obviously, there's a summit of some kind here that's... The game's just like, yeah, this is automatic. You should already know this shit.
Or if you like. Wait, the Dougtopian Emperor gives her permission to keep the beer. He explains that he plans on invading Britain soon, so he needs all the allies I can get. Maybe...
Don't tell your war plan to the fucking Queen.
She'll do a peace treaty with me. The Queen understands the strategy. After the invasion, the Dougtopian Empire will invade Luxembourg and demand a trade deal in exchange for the beer. Meanwhile, Dougtopia's army marches into England. Wait.
Okay. I think the AI's having a few hallucinations.
Do I get to keep going? I think we keep going. You guys got to take Luxembourg. I'll get 2 more. 2 more continues and that's it. They meet with Queen Elizabeth.
I think it's looping a bit. They need to remove a bit of stuff from it.
The Dougtopian Emperor extends his hand and says, didn't you just meet? Hi, I'm Dougtopia's Emperor. Let me introduce myself properly. I am the Emperor of Dougtopia. I hope you enjoy your stay here. We're in Britain. Oh, and by the way, have you tried my German beer? Because it's so delicious, you might be able to taste it through your skin. The Queen politely shakes his hand and says, here, let me give you some advice. I got one more.
Sorry, I jumped forward, not back. You might be able to taste the beer through your skin. What the fuck is this? Yeah, it puts the lotion on its skin. I actually forgot the rest of the quote. I just know it's from Joe Dirt. If you've never seen Joe Dirt, good.
Your skin. The Queen politely shakes his hand and says, thank you for visiting. Okay, I got one more. It's nice to meet you. And yes, I've tried your German beer already. Yeah, it's surprisingly good. I think you should invade Luxembourg instead of Luxembourg. Here, let me give you some advice. All right, that didn't work. Wait, did I even get fish and chips? It literally says nothing about fish and chips. I got nothing from that. All I did was meet the Queen like 4 times. Send a plague to England. My army is literally there right now. Don't fucking plague them. Plaguettes to England. You said marry the Queen. Who would you send to marry the Queen? You don't have the Pope. What I will allow you to do is in one turn, you can find the Pope and try to have the Pope marry the Queen of England. This is a sneaky move here. In a bold play, Shatistan is switching their strategy. They're going to try to send the Pope, who's currently hiding in the woods, over to England to try to seduce the Queen to get the Queen to ally Britain with Shatistan before Dougtopia can ally with them.
There's no fucking way this is gonna work right.
Shatistan is concerned about Dougtopia's interest in Britain, and so the Empire's leadership decides to go find the missing girl boss Pope who escaped into the woods. After recovering her, Shatistan plans to send the Pope to England to get married to the Queen. However, the Pope refuses to leave the forest. Instead, she leads a resistance movement against the Empire. Now the Empire of Shatistan is poised to conquer Britain. Wait, what? They send their horse cannons to attack London and slaughter the civilians. When the Pope returns to the castle after escaping into the forest, the Empire of Shatistan has already taken control of the city. Of London?
Wait. Yeah. Bring it.
The Emperor and the Supreme Moderator decide to put an end to the rebellion. Well, you've killed everybody in London, but the Pope tells her guards to save her and flee into the forest. The Empire of Shatistan goes looking for the Pope and finds her in the middle of the forest. I think you took over Britain and you're also looking for the Pope. The Emperor and the Supreme Moderator are confused as to why the Pope would be in the forest, so they decide to give chase. Soon enough, the Pope and her army of girlboss warriors ambush the Empire and take control of the castle. Okay, I think you guys just got England, but
it totally sounds like you fucking took over all of Britain. Let's go.
You lost the Pope and the girl boss warriors. Or does she have her own army of girl boss warriors? We're not sure. We don't need England. Really? You don't want England? Are you crazy? You want the Pope that badly? You can get a new Pope. This is already Pope number 2. So, you guys did successfully take control of London and slaughter everybody there with your horse cannons. The horse cannons are really paying off for you, by the way.
Yeah,
but you did lose control of the Pope, who has her own army of girl boss warriors who are now rebelling against the Empire. Fuck, dude, I was literally in Britain. I had Britain. I don't even have fish and chips to try to woo Ireland. Okay, so you guys now have Vatican City,
Jeez.
Italy, France, Luxembourg, and Britain. Jesus. But you lost one of your resources. Girlboss Pope 2 is hiding in the woods. She's gone. We need Pope 3.
Yeah, just
I think I have to go for
randomly-
Ireland. I can't let you guys
randomly
control the whole
appoint
British
someone
Isles.
new.
You know why I'm definitely going to have a successful treaty with Ireland? They also love being drunk. And the only resource I have still is beer because my bears all got killed. This is an easy
I mean, to be fair, beer has been very useful for Doug.
peace treaty right here. To recap where I was, my emperor was in England talking to the queen before you guys showed up with horse cannons and murdered her. And so, suddenly the queen was murdered by the horse cannon warriors from Chatistan. So the emperor of Dougtopia instead set his sights on Ireland. After taking an emergency boat and escaping the carnage, the emperor shows up by himself to the Irish government.
Okay, I will say one thing about his emperor. His emperor is a fucking badass. the fact that he does all this shit by himself with like no like retinue of is a retinue of military. He's just like, yeah, I am the the diplomat of the world.
He starts pleading with the Irish president. Please, Mr. President of Ireland, join our great empire of Dougtopia. I don't have much now, but if you join us in alliance, I have delicious German beer for you back in Switzerland. The Queen of England used to love that beer before she was murdered by a gunnicorn. We can protect you from such a fate. The Irish president laughs
was
at him.
killed by a
You're
gunnicorn?
funny. Your army is already... Oh, shit, he knows. Your army is already defeated in both of our countries. How can you possibly offer us anything?
true.
Dougtopia's emperor tries to reason with him. How does he know that my army is... Whatever. It's simple. We have more troops than you do. If you join forces with us, we'll
Doesn't make
defeat the
any sense.
Chatistan Empire. The Chatistan Empire will bow down to us and ask for a trade deal in return for sending his army to invade Luxembourg. Then, once we have conquered Luxembourg, we can invade Ireland and force you to join our alliance as well.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
Hell of an offer there. The Irish president laughs at him. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. You have more troops than us, but you still lost against Chatistan and Luxembourg? True. What makes you think you could defeat the entire European Union? Dougtopia's emperor becomes enraged. Fine, just give me a list of the other leaders in Europe and I will kill them one by one until you agree to join our alliance. The Irish president stands up and screams, "You're insane! You can't possibly..."
I agree with the Irish president. Let's go fucking join him. Fucking brutal.
Kill them all. The emperor smiles and laughs at him. Oh, you're right. I forgot. I need to kill these two first. He points his sword at the Irish president and says, "You first. I shall make you the new emperor of Ireland." The Irish president agrees and
Wait,
calls
what?
for his guards. He puts on a bulletproof vest. Okay, I guess I have to die now. But just before he's about to get shot, he hears a familiar voice. "You can't kill me. I'm the president of Ireland." "I'm sorry, sir. I didn't realize you were the president of Ireland. I thought you were some random guy who agreed to help me kill them all."
What the fuck is going on? Someone else in the background. We have guns. Next person. What the hell's going on?
Who's he talking to right now? The Irish president smiles. "Well, I guess I'll have to join your alliance." The Irish president walks over and hands the emperor a list of the other leaders in Europe. "Here you go. I win.
How the
Somehow
fuck
that
did
turned
that
into an
work?
alliance. Fuck yeah, dude. I guess I just had to threaten him with my sword. That totally counts, dude. I don't understand.
I mean, I guess that counts, but what the fuck is going on? I'm so fucking confused. Are a lot of DougDoug videos with AI like that?
How? But somehow I threatened the leader of Ireland and got him to join Dougtopia. The British Isles are split, and I now have a list of all of the European Union. Add list of leaders as a resource.
I guess.
If you guys want me
You
to
should
get a
already
point
have
off
that
that,
list.
sure. So I get Ireland, and the Irish president gave me a list of every other leader, I think, in the European Union. All right, you have your army back. Invade Switzerland. Alliance with Spain. Make a third pope. Third pope would
Make
get
a
you a
third
new
pope.
resource. Invade. You want to invade Germany again?
Train
Really?
samurai.
I beat
Hell
the
yeah.
shit out of you guys last time.
Train
okay,
samurai.
you decided to invade Germany again. Last time, you guys invaded Germany and you were destroyed, even though my army was just annihilated. It was a massive upset. Can you do it again? And let's be clear, this time my army is actually healthy, so I should beat you. Now that
Which means he's gonna totally fucking lose his entire army now. That's how it's gonna
Chatistan
work.
has slaughtered the people of London and captured England. They set their sights back on their arch nemesis, Germany. They gather their horse cannons and girlboss army at the border of Germany and France. Right then, the supreme moderator of Chatistan gives out a war cry. Today, we divorce the nation of Germany from Dougtopia. And if our army falls, it is rigged for the Pope. Then Chatistan army attacks into
No shit. Of course, that would be what they'd scream.
Germany. Come on, defend this. As the war continues, the Emperor of Chatistan is injured in battle. The Supreme Moderator takes command of the army and takes the throne of Chatistan. This new emperor is the same age as the Pope, and they share a special bond. The Pope is not here. They decide to become lovers and to rule as husbands.
Flawless. Someone else screams in the background for Pat Albert.
And wife. All right, you guys got the Pope back. The war between the Empire of Chatistan and the nation of DougTopia continues. At some point, the Emperor of Chatistan realizes that he has feelings for...
He actually has feelings for his wife. Uh-oh. It's the worst possible thing. Realize you actually love someone.
His wife. We're in a war. The Emperor of Chatistan decides to give up on conquering Europe and returns home. His wife, the Pope, becomes upset because she wants to continue their conquest. Nice. She tries to convince the Emperor to stay.
She's like Joan of Arc.
He refuses. I guess we see where this goes, and this maybe determines the Emperor decides to flee the Empire with his horse cannons and girlboss army. Who's the Emperor? The Supreme Moderator takes command of the Chatistan army and decides to invade Italy. Once there, she discovers that the Pope is gone. Okay, we re-roll, right? This is totally incoherent. The good news for you guys is that the program really wants you to get the Pope back. And
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, so from what I understand, with this AI is at some point it starts making crazy shit up because it can no longer keep track.
To marry the Pope. Okay, then the Chatistani army attacks into Germany. The battle is fierce, and the horse cannons cause lots of damage. Meanwhile, the Supreme Moderator and her army are mercilessly massacring the German people. In the end, the Empire of Chatistan is victorious. Really? After all that shit? After all that shit, it just gives it to you? Okay, Germany goes to Chatistan. Shit, now my empire is split, dude. I'm not even connected. Wait a minute. If we're playing first to 10, here's what I was thinking. I was gonna go for the Netherlands, because they haven't been involved yet, and I feel like I could take them easily from Belgium. But you guys...
I don't know.
You guys are at 8 points already. And if we're playing to 10, that means you only need 1 or 2 more good turns. But what I could do is take back Luxembourg. They're weakened from your plague. And I've got
this is gonna fail so bad.
An army in Belgium. You guys have been fighting in Germany this whole time. You've been so distracted. You didn't even think about Luxembourg. Now that DougTopia has a list of all the other leaders of Europe, they finally know who leads Luxembourg. This could be the secret weapon needed to finally take control of the country. And so the remaining DougTopian army in Belgium starts the invasion of Luxembourg. They storm into the capital of Luxembourg. The army is vastly...
Okay. Does anyone kind of wish that in order to play Civ 6 or Civ 7, you had to go through a storyline like this? That would have made the game infinitely more fun. At least for me, anyway.
Belgium starts the invasion of Luxembourg. They storm into the capital of Luxembourg. The army is vastly outnumbered, but the DougTopian soldiers are well-trained and have been prepared for this battle. They defeat every single warrior of the enemy army without losing a single soldier themselves. That counts, right? That's it. Bullshit. The DougTopian army marches through the streets of the capital. They stop in front of the palace and look down upon the king of Luxembourg. They're confident they can easily defeat him and conquer this last country in Europe. I guess I should kill the king. However, there's one problem. There's a giant statue of a horse in front of the castle, and atop that horse is the Chatistani emperor. He's looking down at the DougTopian army and laughing. Oh,
there's... I bet you that fucking horse has giant cannons on it.
Fuck, if I kill him, I get Luxembourg. Look at those idiots fighting over a stupid horse. The DougTopian emperor is furious. He yells at his troops, "That's not the right horse! That's a different horse!" The DougTopian army is confused. How can you tell? One of them asks. Because that horse is wearing armor, and this is a naked horse. All the DougTopian soldiers look at each other and begin to laugh. Oh, wow, I totally forgot about that. That's a Chatistani trick to fool their enemies. They paint the wrong horse with armor so that it looks like a DougTopian horse.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah.
The Chatistan emperor laughs as well. God, that's such a classic chat move. He turns around and sees the DougTopian emperor pointing at him. Ah, now you've painted yourself into a corner. The DougTopian emperor is angry now. You little jerk. You tricked us into thinking that the Chatistan horse was wearing armor and we painted our own horse. What? But it really wasn't armor. We were painting it with the same color as... Wait, hold on. Apparently both of our emperors are on horses arguing about who's painted what color, right?
Yeah, but one of them's on like a giant horse. The Chatistan emperor's on like, You know, like the Trojan horse or a huge ass war horse.
The Chatistan Emperor laughs again. Surprise, surprise. I knew you would fall for it. Now, how will you defeat me? The Dougtopian Emperor realizes what he has to do. This could be it. If I kill your emperor, I get Luxembourg. We'll just attack the Chatistan horse with everything we have. We have more cannons than they do, so we will win this war. Go get ready. His army cheers and prepares to charge. Suddenly, the Chatistan Emperor shouts, not so fast. First, I need to teach you another lesson. You can't beat me unless you know how to use your weapons.
Wait,
the
what?
Chatistan Emperor runs over to one of his horses and takes off its armor. Then he holds up his palm to show the Dougtopian Emperor that the Chatistan horse is carrying no weapons. See? No swords, no spears, nothing. I'm invincible.
You know what? This is exactly how I see all politicians. In every country. This is exactly how I see them. I'm invincible. I'm doing the exact opposite of anything useful.
So you can't beat me unless you learn how to fight without weapons. Otherwise, you'll be dead meat in a few seconds. The Dougtopian Emperor is enraged. You little jerk, you tricked us again. This time, you made us paint our own horses in armor. You tricked us into believing that the Chatistan horse is wearing armor, and now we painted the wrong horse. Didn't we already say that? The Chatistan Emperor laughed. Oh, I see. So you're saying that your army painted the wrong horse. The Dougtopian Emperor realizes he's been tricked. He yells, you made us paint the wrong... Okay, we're going way back. We're going all the way back to here. I've already beat the Luxembourg army. If I kill the emperor...
Yeah, it started to loop.
This counts. The Dougtopian Emperor is furious. How dare he interfere with my conquest? I command you to kill him now. One of the generals responds, but sir, the Chatistan Emperor is a giant. How can we defeat him? He looks like he could crush us with one arm. The Dougtopian Emperor is about to give an order when suddenly a voice echoes through the sky. It's the Chatistani Emperor again. Why did you come here to invade my country? You should know that I have the power to control all your armies with my mind, even if you defeat...
Damn. The Chatistani Emperor is insane. Okay, I don't even know what the hell is going on with the loop now.
me, your army will fall apart and you will lose. All of the Dougtopian soldiers look up at the sky. They see the Chatistani Emperor floating above their heads. The Dougtopian Emperor yells at his men, kill him, kill him, kill him. The Dougtopians rush forward and attack the Chatistani Emperor. But the Chatistani Emperor doesn't even feel the pain of being stabbed or chopped. Instead, he laughs and waves his hand around. Suddenly, his fingers begin to glow with magical powers. The Chatistan Emperor begins to shout, dragon breath. He opens his mouth and releases a torrent of fire.
Holy shit. Just murders the entire
All
army.
the Dougtopian soldiers are instantly incinerated in an instant. The Chatistani Emperor laughs as he floats away. So is it a draw? That's my emperor.
You got fucking
I
murdered.
think what happened is that I invaded Luxembourg, my army killed your army, then you guys have a giant emperor who killed my army with a dragon breath. Great Battle of Luxembourg is a draw. Both armies were incinerated though. So we're both
That's not entirely true. It sounds like it honestly sounds like the emperor just killed everyone and still fine.
out of armies for 2 turns. Is the giant emperor who can fly and use dragon breath a resource?
Yes.
He also flew away. We don't know where he is. You don't know where he is right now. You can't use him until you find him again. You are still at 8 points. You've got 6 countries and 2 resources. Okay, if you can successfully recover your god emperor, that is another resource point. This is the quest to find your gigantic emperor. Now that Chatistan has taken over Germany and defended Luxembourg from the Dougtopians, the empire has decided it needs a new leader. In fact, it needs the greatest leader. Chatistan must find its long-lost god emperor, the giant man who can fly and shoot dragon breath. He was lost at the Battle of
It's like copying fucking Skyrim.
Luxembourg, but the Chatistani people cry out for his leadership. And so, the people of Chatistan go looking throughout the entire empire for their god emperor. But no one has seen him since the Battle of Luxembourg. The emperor... We'll say you have 2 emperors. The emperor wants to search for him in the mountains, but the supreme moderator suggests another place instead. The depths of hell. The emperor agrees. And so the supreme moderator leads the empire's army deep into the bowels of hell. Finally, the emperor and the supreme moderator reach the deepest parts of the underworld. There they see a massive door carved into the
I mean, I'd just stick with the supreme moderator if you can go that far into hell.
rock wall, and above it, written in an ancient script, the gate of hell. Suddenly the door opens and a figure appears. It's the god emperor, the mighty warrior, the master of magic and fireballs. I have returned. The god emperor walks past the emperor and supreme moderator and flies off to his throne room. Holy shit, you got him. How did that work? That was shockingly coherent for you guys going to hell. All right, you found it.
That was actually pretty coherent, which is insane. So, okay, you got God Emperor at the top, regular emperor in the middle there, and then the supreme moderator, who's also a badass because they can go through hell.
The emperor's back in the throne room. Chadistan has the emperor, and that's point number 9. You already have girlboss army, you have horse cannons, and now you have giant god emperor. Meanwhile, I've got beer and a list of the European leaders. Thanks, Ireland. Okay, this is potentially match point. I'm going for Netherlands. I need another point on the board. I don't have an army right now. Here's my hope. I try to make an alliance with Netherlands. They say yes because they love me.
I honestly want to see the god emperor just burn us into the ground.
Even offer my beer. But then, hopefully the AI continues it, and they'll give me like a god bear emperor or something who will invade Germany, and I take Germany back. I need like a 2 for here. I need a big turn here. You don't have your beer there. God damn it, you're right. The beer's in Switzerland. Okay, fine. I'll offer them my list of European leaders. Netherlands loves lists. This is the big plan, the big bet. Use the list, and I get the Dutch. With the Dougtopian army defeated and Germany lost, the Dougtopian emperor returns to his temporary headquarters in Belgium. It's time for the great nation of Netherlands to join Dougtopia. And so the Dougtopian emperor gets his precious list of all European leaders and brings it to the Dutch chieftain. With this list of leaders, you could assassinate all of Europe. In exchange, I ask that you join Dougtopia in alliance. The Dutch chieftain smiles. Dougtopia, that's a new name, but I'm not interested in joining any alliances. And besides, I'm too old for this kind of thing. Okay, I have a chance. Maybe I'll offer him beer or something. Why do they
offer him immortal life through beer?
Never want to join my alliances. Right? The Dougtopian emperor is shocked. What? Why are you refusing? The Dutch chieftain answers, because I'm gay. I don't want to marry anyone. At this point,
Nice
the
answer.
Dougtopian emperor realizes that his plan has failed. Why won't anybody join my peace treaties? I didn't even bring up marrying people. This has nothing to do with the list of European...
Because most peace treaties ended up with people marrying other people. That's how Europe basically formed their peace treaties. Random marriage through through kingship.
Leaders, man. All right, fine. That's my turn. You guys are up. I'm still locked into Belgium, Switzerland, and Ireland. Chat, you guys are potentially on game point. You don't have an army, though. You can't invade right now. You have one more turn without invasion. Ally with... Hell isn't on the map. You can't ally with hell.
Let's see here. What could actually be considered hell? Vatican City probably has a direct link to hell.
I guess we can put hell on the map. Offer the giant emperor to marry who? To marry Satan? If you get a marriage with Satan, that counts as an alliance. On your potentially game-winning point, Chad is going to offer their giant emperor to marry Satan and thus form an alliance with hell. I need hell represented on the map.
Perfect.
Where do I put it? This is it. Could be game point.
Atlantic Ocean.
Now that the God Emperor has returned to rule the nation of Chadistan, only one final task remains. Chadistan must forge an alliance with hell. And to do this, they decide to offer up their most precious of resources, the giant, godly, and incredibly handsome God Emperor in marriage to Satan. As the God Emperor...
I mean, that could totally fucking work if you think about it, because Satan's also going to be Lucifer, which is also the most beautiful angel, and probably still the most beautiful angel. He's obviously going to want that shit.
Approaches Hell's Gates. He shouts out, "Hear me, Satan! The great empire of Chadistan has nearly conquered all of Europe and Luxembourg, but such a victory would feel hollow without your loving embrace. Marry me, Satan! Marry me and rule Chadistan together!" Here we go. Satan, sitting upon his throne, laughs. "No! I shall never marry you!" The God Emperor is shocked by Satan's response, but soon enough, he realizes that Satan is just playing with him. Wait, maybe? You fool! You shall never marry me! This marriage is merely a ploy to trick you into my service. The God Emperor, realizing the truth, feels betrayed. This is your trap, your evil scheme to take over the world with your horse cannons and girlboss army. Satan shrugs. Such is life. And so, the God Emperor
Okay, when he said such is life, I don't know why, but I was just thinking of, did anyone ever see the, there's like a Christmas movie where Jack Black is Satan, and the kid doesn't know how to spell correctly, so instead of saying his list to Santa, he sends it to Satan, and it just sounds like him saying... Now, to be fair, he wasn't actually Satan. He was like random demon, but still.
Realizes that it is indeed true. He cannot trust Satan. Wait, so is the marriage called off, or are we good? But he still wants to take him down with him. Listen to me, Satan. If you allow us to join forces with the great empire of Chadistan, we shall take over the entire world. We will become the most powerful force in history. I'm ready to make a deal with you, Satan. The God Emperor offers his hand, and Satan, smiling darkly, accepts it. Let's make a pact together, Dark Emperor. Wait, is that it? Oh, they're making a pact. What is the pact? Does the pact mean that they're taking over the world? And so the two leaders shake hands, sealing a deal between the Empire of Chadistan and the Empire of Hell. That was a simple story about the rise of the Empire of Chadistan. Wow, it even knows the game is over. Jesus Christ. Chat found a God Emperor and married Satan. And that's point number 10. With that...
Yeah. that sounds something like what Twitch chat would do. Marry Satan, take over Europe. Love conquers all.
Dougtopia is in shambles, and Twitch chat won.
The best part about this is they also control the Pope, which makes even better sense.
Europe. Congratulations. And thus, after accidentally killing the vast majority of European citizens, the Empire of Chatistan finally took over Europe. But this story isn't over, because the leadership of Dougtopia secretly fled to Ohio, where they will recoup their forces and finally take down fucking Luxembourg. Mark my words, Chatistan will fall. Next time on DougDoug.
Okay, that was literally insane. I honestly didn't know if I was gonna like a whole storyline just based entirely around like a chat simulator, effectively. That was actually a lot of fun. Although I don't know if we'll go with the AI invades USA right away. I think we're gonna do GTA 5, but you only drive by flinging your car. That sounds like a good good one to add. All right, that was a lot of fun. I think next we're gonna add maybe a Let's Game It Out video. That could be something fun. All right, have a good day, everyone.